So with a profit problem, the way that it works is every time you increase the price of something, less people will buy it. Okay? Now, there comes a point where if you increase too much, you're going to actually not make as much money. But there's a certain price point where if you increase it just the right amount, even though less people are buying it, you'll still make more money. So you want to try and find out, what should I do? How much should I sell my product for so I can make the most money possible? So they look at these kind of things like Jets tickets. How much should they charge for Jets tickets? Right? They charge a lot, but they're still selling it out. They could probably charge even more, and it would be okay if the arena was a little bit empty, because if they charged everybody $10 more, but only 50 people didn't buy then, they'd still make enough money from all the extra $10 charged to pay for 50 empty seats. Of course, at a certain point, it doesn't look good if you have a bunch of empty seats, so then you're trying to manage those kind of things, because there's also the psychology involved of it being sold out all the time, so maybe that helps their price point. So there's a lot of variables in place when businesses are trying to decide, how much should we charge for different events? How much should we charge for a pair of shoes? How much should we charge for a jacket? What kind of thing will make us the most amount of money, but still maintain a certain image or a certain kind of price point thing that we would like? So here we are. Husky sweatshirts, $20 each. That's a pretty good deal. That's better than they're selling for right now. How much are they right now? $70. Oh, for the grad ones. Okay. But the regular ones, if you were going down at lunch today? 45? Okay. But at $20, they do a survey and 300 students say, yeah, I'd buy one for $20. But if you increase the price by $5, 30 students would say, you know, that's too much for me. If you increase the price by another $5, 30 more students would say, no, I'm not going to buy any. So we want to find the price that will yield the maximum profit. So how do we get our profit? Okay. Our profit in words would be our price per item, right? Times by the number sold. Does that make sense? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to let x equal x is going to equal the number of times we add $5. What's our price of our sweater? Starts at $20, right? But then you could add $5 once or twice or 3 times or 4 times. Or you don't have to add $5 at all, then x would be 0. So if x is the number of times we add $5, if x is 2, we'd have to add $5 twice. 2 times 5 would be 10, then your price would be $30. Okay? How many are sold? Well, you start off, if it's $20, you start off with selling 300. But every time you add $5, how many less people buy? 30. So if we added $5 twice, we'd have to subtract 30 people twice. If we added $5 5 times, you'd have to subtract 30 people 5 times. Okay, if you add $5 10 times, you'd have to subtract 30 people 10 times, which would make that 0, and nobody would buy any. So I guess if you were selling them for $70, no one would buy them. unless they're gradware, because then I guess people buy them. Okay, so we have just created our equation. Our equation is in factored form. We can expand it. 20 times 30 would be 6,000 minus 600x plus 1,500x minus 150x squared. And if we rearrange this and combine our like terms, putting our x squared first, we come up with that equation. Again, I'll give you a head start for completing the square. Some big numbers there. All right. You take out the negative 150, leaving you with x squared minus 6x, bracket, plus 6,000. Space here and a space there. Divide by 2 and square would be plus 9 here. What have we actually done? We have actually subtracted 1350. So to compensate, you could add 1350. Yes, I will let you use your calculators for these ones with big numbers. And now we can write this as negative 150 x minus 3 squared plus 7,350. So what is our vertex? Our vertex is 3, 7350. What did those things stand for? Well, this is our maximum profit, because that's what we set up our equation to be, profit equals. This 3 is our x. What did our x stand for? What did our x stand for? Number of times we added $5. We need to add $5 3 times. So how much should we sell our sweaters for? The sweaters should sell for $35 for a maximum profit of 7,350. If you sell them for more, less people will buy them, and you won't make as much money. If you sell them for less, more people will buy them, but then you still won't make as much money. So companies need to figure these kind of things out. They have more complicated questions because you know how, for example, clothing goes out. When it's new, it's regular priced. There's going to be a certain number of people they know that will buy it for that regular price. But they won't sell them all. Then they'll put it on sale, right? And if you don't mind wearing something that's not brand new, still new for you, but it wasn't like this just came out yesterday, then you can get it on sale. If you're willing to buy something that was like last year's style, it's even cheaper.